bunch of news. Don't know if you guys have all seen it. Fatal Fury had a ton of stuff. So this is the Street Fighter crossover. So this is like all the Metro City stuff. They got the Manon just posted up in the background with the dunk. Oh my God.
I'll take you for a ride. Try to keep up, all right?
That is horrific.
Aha! A fine specimen from our research.
Yeah, they got Preacher Jury. Collab costumes, pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense, right? Considering that they have the collab characters already. Bro, Luke's kind of, he's kind of going ham. They got the little Mad Gear guys. And the fridges. Yeah, this is a weird Street Fighter trailer, that's for sure. The Drive Rush? I don't know why he got a Raging Demon, but there you go. They were like, yup, give Terry a Raging Demon. The collab stuff is cool, but to me, the characters are cooler. I don't know about anybody else, but like... Is he not just Geese, though? Like, why is he even called Nightmare Geese? I know he's dead, but like... You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he doesn't look nightmarish enough for me a little bit, but I get it. They just want to bring Geese back, right? I get it. They want to bring him back. I get it. I wish he looked a little bit more nightmarish. You know what I mean? Every game wants to bring back their boss. Street Fighter wants to bring back Bison. Tekken wants to bring back Heihachi. They all do this. They're all like, all right, we're bringing back our fucking guy. Pretty wild that they're doing another Street Fighter collab thing. It seems pretty likely, I would imagine, that they're gonna do a CVS game, no? They're really teasing it. I feel like they want to do it. Here's the problem with CVS 3 though, is who's making the game? Are the Street Fighter players gonna want to play CVS 3? They like Street Fighter 6 a lot, so a lot of them are gonna want to play Street Fighter. If SNK makes it, then it's just gonna be SNK fans mostly, I think. I don't know that a lot of Street Fighter players would jump over. Street Fighter's success may be their downfall, you know what I mean? And then they can both put in $1 million and they could make a $2 million prize pool. Second place, $1,000. But yeah, they got so much going on. So if you're an SNK fan and you're like waiting for your characters, like they're cranking them out. Other news today, you guys probably would have seen that RTS fully acquires Evo. This is just odd, is it not? Sony bought Evo a while ago in a co-ownership with RTS. That existed for like a while. And then Nodwin Gaming, they like bought out the Sony ownership, split it with RTS like 51-49 or whatever the breakdown was. And then Nodwin just sells their shares to RTS after RTS got purchased by Kadia. Now they fully own Evo. The only news I saw about this was this article. I also don't know if it has been posted anywhere else or like what are the other news about it, but it doesn't surprise me. I'm kind of surprised that the last like buyout even happened because I figured that they would have wanted to have full control back then anyway. I expect in the short term, the changes to Evo to be pretty minute. Like I don't think there'll be a lot of changes to Evo soon. Whatever's happening this year will probably be pretty similar to how it was in previous years and times. That being said, I expect that to change as time goes on. I'm sure that there won't be an Evo Saudi like yet. They're probably working on it, but I'm sure they'll send something over there. They'll have something at Mr. Beastland. Yeah, imagine you make top 8 and you have to like run an obstacle course to get to the stage. And if you don't do it, they just eliminate you. And Mr. Beast is there smiling with no happiness in his eyes. Is that real? Yeah, Beastland is real. You think I could make up some shit like Mr. Beast owning an amusement park in Riyadh? I'm not like cartoonishly tapped in enough to do that. There's no way. Mr. Beastland was only there for 2 months. How many people bought tickets to Mr. Beast? Can I see like the ticketing stubs? Surely it's got to be like under 1,000. It's very likely that I assume anyway that they'll move their like promotional stuff out to Saudi and like get people to go out there. They have the investment now and like that's the region they're trying to prop up and like they themselves are spending all this money. They're gonna move some stuff out there for sure. We all knew this was gonna happen. Tell us how you really feel, streamer. I mean, you already know I'm not going. Not only that, like I'm telling you the truth. This year's Evo probably won't feel that different, but everything's gonna start moving out there. The other thing is like the devaluing of Evo and like the propping up of EWC will continue. It's gonna matter less and less and less, and like all the stuff out there is gonna matter more and more and more. I don't know if you guys saw, but Jabali works at Evo now. What do you think his job is there? His job is like he's John fighting games for all like the EWC stuff. So like, why do you think Evo hired him not that long ago? I don't know what his official title or role is there, but my guess is like handling all the Saudi stuff. I also saw that Tokon posted on its Steam page today with pre-orders going up. And people are pretty mad because like always, I don't know how this always happens. The regional pricing is all messed up again. This seems like something they gotta fix. Yeah, I assume Strive 2.0 news at the very least will be during Arc World Tour because that's pretty soon, right? It's March something, March 20th through the 22nd. So Capcom Cup is 11 through 15, and then the next weekend is Arc World Tour finals. I'm not spending $10 on the pay-per-view out of principle. I could afford the $10, but I'm not spending it. Will I be in the hub? No. You think a single American is going to make it in, bro? Every Japanese person on the planet is going to be in the hub. There's 7,500 slots. What hub are we talking about? You know the one. I said that it was the biggest flop of 2025 to me because I think Street Fighter is in such a good place that charging pay-per-view for their finals is insane. Like, the game is so dope and people really, really like it. So to like do that to the finals just kills any and all interest in your tour for the rest of the year. The entire tour is like grassroots event organizers putting together events that Capcom is piggybacking off of in like a relationship where they're both benefiting, right? But like a lot of the work, or most of the work, is on the event organizers to create events that Capcom assigns the prestige of being part of the tour to, and that also has additional headaches and stress and stipulations attached to it. And then you make the finals pay-per-view, so you qualify everyone off of the backs of all the hard work of the community, and then send them to a final that the community has to pay to watch. Organizers should ask for a cut of the pay-per-view sales. I don't think that's flying or happening. Sorry to say. And yet, I think they'll probably do it again. I think like they're gonna just do pay-per-view more and more and more. I'd be shocked if they don't do pay-per-view again for finals next year. Yeah, I mean, on that same topic, I don't know if you guys have seen like the 2XKO stuff they announced today. It's like the exact opposite of that. They didn't update anybody on like their plans for the game in general, but they just posted this, which is basically their way for you to play in events and earn stuff in game. So like if you enter locals or online tournaments, you can earn stuff in game. They're partnered with community orgs in the competitive scene to give TOs more stuff to do to attract players to their local hubs. So they said TNS is really dope, and they talk about how cool it is. And then they say for FGC meetups, which is in Chicago, if you go to FGC meetups, the rewards you get are credits for going to an online or offline event. And if you show up to the same event 5 or more times, you get a suit, which is like a really cool way to do it. Yeah, Jonathan J. Wickington. And then if you place first at an event, you get a title, which is local legend. All you have to do is attach your Riot account with your StarGG account. It's really cool though. Hopefully they add more things to this as well. They're gonna probably add like other locals and stuff. The big thing is like what they're planning to do next. Today, they didn't mention anything. They haven't been like, yo guys, here's where we're at. We have a smaller team now, but life goes on. This is the stuff we're working on. This is the stuff that's happening. I did see that they said that they're not going to patch next week because every 5 weeks there's a patch. And the last patch was January 20th, right? Which would mean that 27th, 3rd is 2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week. This is the 5th week. They said there's no patch, but then otherwise they haven't updated like, hey, here's our new patching cycle. Here's when we're going to drop some characters. Here's what we're thinking with XYZ. Like, here's what's going on. They haven't updated yet. So my guess is they're like figuring out what their plan is, and they're gonna elaborate once they know. Funny to think that like waiting 8 weeks is a long cycle of patching for this game, given that like Street Fighter fans are like, bro, yeah, everybody is sort of stuck in like, they're gonna nerf Yasuo and Echo mode, so everybody who plays those characters is like, should I invest in another character? Or, you know, you're like sort of unsure about how much the characters are going to change. They've also said combos are going to change. You know, you need to relearn routes at some point soon here. And then the other thing is, do you want to play a new team? There's just a lot of questions that people have, and like no one knows basically how things are going to change.